Hey Scorpios, how you doing? Welcome. We're going to be doing your first half of September general reading here. I'm going to start off with some animal energy and then get right into the cards. I will say before we begin that in your meditation, it was very fiery. And I got the feeling of, the transformation through fire and flame. If you think about it, fire is the great transformer. I mean, water transforms as well, in a very different way that takes time. It erodes against the rocks and changes their shape over time. Fire is quick. And I really got this feeling of, it felt like this is a great time of transformation for you. Also might be feeling a little bit isolated. Or a little separate from others around you, or maybe feeling apart from what you desire, just feeling a bit lonely. Sometimes that can happen when we're going through a time of transformation, right? It's not really a group activity. But you know that. You're Scorpio. I mean, you embody that energy within you naturally. Let's go ahead and get animal energy from a Scorpio for the first half of September. And here we are. Okay. So we got the octopus, beautiful water energy here. So, the octopus, it holds, a few different messages for me. On one hand, this is about a lack of, boundaries, right? Tentacles all up in your face. But on the other hand, this is also, just feeling kind of like everywhere and uncertain and like, ugh. Like whenever I get this animal energy personally, it usually manifests in me feeling like, oh, I'm all over the place. I don't know right from left and da 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 da. But I'm very much drawn to this crown chakra here for you guys. So do you see how the crown chakra, can you see that? How that looks really, really muddied and not clear? It's just got a bunch of colors going on. What I'm getting here for you guys around that, I feel like the crown chakra, this is a time of crown chakra activation for you. Like sometimes this feels really muddy to me and not clear. But I feel for you guys, it's a concentration of energy within this point. Like a concentration of great energy around your crown chakra. So this could indicate that you're going through, but again, remember, how this can denote like a lack of boundaries or feeling all over the place, or octopi don't really run in crews. From what I know of them, they're kind of like a more solitary energy here. It can be difficult to be around other people when you are in this energy, or if others around you are in this energy, right? But there is something here. I do have a strong feeling of your crown chakra, which I should explain what that is. So for those of you who don't know, the crown chakra is what connects us upward into the ethers, into the divine, the divinity within us, our higher self, our celestial team, whatever and whomever that is for you, okay? I do feel like that's kind of the name of the game. There's a lot of, it's almost like a construction site on your crown chakra right now, like you're renovating or building new buildings there or something. That's what it feels like to me. But also, a water animal for my water sign, I do feel like this is a time of, really plunging those inner depths of yourself. It very much feels like that. I'm hearing that this is not a time to use your eyes to see. It's about you, don't use your two eyes to see, but use your third eye as well, is what I'm getting for you. I feel like that feels really, actually, I just split the deck and got the Star and the High Priestess. Wow. Very much about psychic ability here. Clear feeling as well. Okay, let's see what's going on for my Scorpio. Scorpio's first half of September. Here we are. So we have the Nine of Wands here. So remember when I said that I was seeing like you and kind of feeling separate from other people or what you want? It felt very isolated to me. What I actually saw was you in a big castle fortress. It was very like, the last couple of episodes of Game of Thrones, where it was like you're in this fortress and it was all on fire and a flame, but you weren't like hurting. You were like, yeah, this is a transformative fire. This is where I am. But you were by yourself. And then I saw you, like the castle was by the ocean. Like I said, very Game of Thrones, by the ocean. but there were like these perimeter buoys set up around the ocean, like a construction site, so that no ships could come into where you were. It was like this feeling of feeling separate, like caution, caution, we're not gonna go near that flame. And then I saw you kind of looking out the window like, yo, like I'm lonely over here. Like, hey, like let's have a conversation, but I understand why you like can't get near this right now. So this is actually really beautifully mirroring what I saw with these wands. This is pretty much what it looked like. You know, Nine of Wands, we call this the wounded warrior key, yada yada. But this is feeling really exhausted in one way or another. You know, the wands rule the realm of, well, fire. Actually, wands represent fire signs, so we got that water and fire happening here, and it's about feeling very exhausted, but continuing on. This is not laying down and admitting defeat. This is just feeling like, oh my gosh, like I am super tired, I'm exhausted. You could be exhausted physically, or your spirit or mind, or you know, any emotionally could feel some exhaustion. Then it's this feeling of feeling guarded, right? Because you have dealt with so much, and it's that feeling of like, I don't know if I can really let anyone in right now, because it is all I can do to just keep going on my end and keep myself standing, that I really don't have room for anybody else's issues, anybody else's requirements or needs of me. But how that works, my lovely Scorpios, is that when we're in that space, and trust and believe, I can relate to that. I'm a Scorpio moon, okay, so I completely understand being there. Especially coming out of all of these retrogrades and everything, this was a rough summer, right? Planetarily speaking, I mean, it just was. Energetically speaking, all of that good stuff. But the thing is, when we get into this energy, we also, it keeps others from kind of impeding on our space or requiring anything of us, but it also keeps us from being able to reach out. Because it can't be a one-way thing. It can't be like, yo, my phone's on Do Not Disturb. I cannot handle you right now. Even your dearest friends may be like, I really can't right now. I have to keep my energy my own because I am transforming. Right? I am transforming. But it's also like, oh, but no one's going to reach out. Either you can't reach out to them because of this like line in the sand. But sometimes we have to go through it. And transformation, like I said, is a solitary activity. You know what I mean? Let's see what else is going on for y'all. Oh, Suke, High Priestess. Yes, darling. So this is gorgeous. You know, the High Priestess is all about what? Connecting with your intuition for guidance, clarity, and sanity, darlings. Sanity. There have been several studies that have shown that going into meditation, I almost said medication, but honestly, for me personally, well, and for a lot of people, meditation is the best medication. Okay, just for like emotional issues or whatever have you. But, you know, this is very much about going into meditation for peace of mind, clarity, solace, but also direction moving forward. Now, I'm obsessed because remember how I was talking about this crown chakra, right? This is very much what the High Priestess represents, because she, right, it's the crown chakra and it's also the third eye chakra. Everything in this area. And how normally when this comes up, it feels very clogged to me. But remember I said it felt more like a concentration of energy for y'all. And then we have the High Priestess coming up here. Remember also, the High Priestess is about delving into those darker aspects of ourselves. And by darker, I do not mean that in a negative context at all, right? Dark and light, one is not better than the other in my personal opinion, right? You need both. Balance, right? Balance in all things. So it's delving into those darker aspects of yourself in order to bring clarity, direction, and understanding in a way that you can't really do in the light of day straight on, just like, you know, like living your life. It's really going into those darker depths of who you are. You as a Scorpio are uniquely equipped to do this. You kind of live there anyway. No shade. I mean, that I say that with all the love in the world. That's kind of where, in my opinion, where your strength comes from a lot of the time. You don't have the same fear around these shadow aspects of life or oneself or others. You guys can kind of go there a lot more easily, in my opinion, again, than a lot of the other signs can. Because it's like, oh, darker depths? That's my middle name. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Let's delve into those aspects that others may kind of, you know, be squidged out by or kind of like shy away from. You know, you guys are really uniquely equipped to go there. And so this is really beautiful that this is coming up that way. But it's like feeling like this, the cure around that really is to go into the high priestess position. Assume the position. Let's see what else is going on for y'all. Interesting. Okay, so we got the Knight of Pentacles. So this is really interesting. They're drawing my attention. So by the way, these are two minor arcanas, right? So when minor arcanas come out, it's a changeable energy. If you see something you don't like, you can, make steps towards changing it. The major arcana that you've gotten so far is the High Priestess. This denotes like a destined event, a destined time for you. So it's like, out of everything that we're going to talk about here today, I feel like the main point is connecting with your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, in order to really connect in with yourself and make decisions and glean inspiration from that place of inner knowing. Okay? Again, I keep hearing this is a solitary activity. This is not a group activity. Embrace that. It's okay. You will come out of this and be able to socialize again. But at this point, I don't really feel like that is necessarily in your best interest because you're in that fire of transformation. So Knight of Pentacles is a very slow, look at this baby pony. A very slow moving energy here, but I really like how this is storyboarding because we have the Nine of Wands feeling exhausted, but keeping on going anyway, right? What can I do? What can I do? I can't handle one more thing or one more person. And it's like the cure is assuming the High Priestess position because this is an active thing that you do. It's not just like, oh, I'm feeling High Priestess. No, this is actively being still and going inside and really actively meditating. That's it. Actively meditating, okay? For some people, this is taking a quiet walk or sitting by the water. You don't have to assume the lotus position and play, shamanic music. That's what I do. It's whatever works for you, okay? But this is really actively doing that. It's not like, oh, I'm on my way to work and on the way to the subway, I'm gonna meditate, listening. No. You can't put a timer on this, and this is the point of this, because the Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving energy, but it does yield an opportunity, a new direction, and abundance here, the beginning of abundance, because it is it's the Knight. It's the Knight, okay. So there is an abundance of opportunity to be found, but it's only on the other side of the High Priestess. You want the gold? You want the point of inspiration or direction or the good moving forward? Assume the position. That's what I'm getting, but you gotta take your time doing this is what I'm hearing. This is not something that should be rushed because this is the Knight of Pentacles, right? Which cannot and will not be rushed. Again, back to this water versus fire thing where, fire transforms quickly and water erodes and provides transformation more slowly. There's something in that. There's something in that. You might even want to rush this time in this process and through it already. Patience feels very important here too. So let's get a clarifier for this Nine of Wands, Nine of Wands. Ooh, I love it. The Fool, darling. So now you have a second major arcana here in the Fool, which is a fresh, brand new start. This is absolutely that leap of faith, taking that leap of faith and trusting that when you jump off the edge, there's going to be a really comfy Serta mattress with a warm mug of tea and a cookie waiting for you, right? That's what this energy is for me. So I feel like what this is saying is you're at the Nine of Wands, right? And remember, we keep talking about this transformation, which is moving into a new state of being or a new place, a new state of mind, new environment, new job, whatever this is for you, right? So this is what's on the other side of this, but I feel like this is what you're working towards, a fresh new start. It is a time of newness and change and transformation for you, and to let it happen, and it's okay, and it's totally human to feel this Nine of Wands place where it's like, whoa, I have a lot going on. I have to go to work. I have people that need me. I have people ringing my phone up. I have this, I have that. I have this obligation. I said I would go to this thing. And I feel so tired, and like all I can do is just handle myself right now. And I'm hearing to just let yourself be there. And in order to get through to this Nine of Wands, into the Ten of Wands, and then go back to, was that on the bottom? Yeah, to go back to the Ace of Wands, it's really to let yourself move through this cycle using your intuition and being still and plunging those darker depths. This is not something that can be skipped over or pushed aside. This is a destined event for you. It's important for some greater reason. And I do feel that there is this desire in you to just move out of this somewhat quickly, is what I'm hearing, especially with the Fool card as well. Where it's like, I'm at 9, but I want to get to 0. I want a fresh start. And it's like, okay, baby, you got to move through the 10. You know what I mean? It's like step by step, right? Okay. The High Priestess. Let's get a clarifier for this lady. Ooh! Okay, it's exactly what I was saying. So we got the 9 of Pentacles here. This is super gorgeous because this is about independence and doing things on, doing something on one's own, and then therefore feeling the true fulfillment of a job well done that you just did by yourself. You know what I mean? That can be beautiful. This is, again, all about independence and singledom and really feeling like strong in yourself. Again, I'm hearing that this is a solitary activity. This is a time for you to be on your own and do this work, you know, for yourself. That's what I'm hearing here. And I'm also hearing to be your own intuitive. Feels really, really important right now to be your own intuitive. Right? This 9 of Pentacles, it's about independence, doing things on your own and feeling really good because of it. Feeling like it's a job well done. Again, we're going back to the same theme of, you know, being on one's own right now and really sinking into one's solitary energy and finding the goodness within that, finding the warmth within that. Right? Feels really important for you guys. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a clarifier for this Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So we got the 9 of Swords. So we have a second 9 here, right? Well, a third 9. Whoa. So we got the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Swords, and the 9 of Pentacles. So this 9 of Swords, as it's so beautifully depicted here, you know, is very much about nightmare, you know, nightmare thoughts, actual nightmares. It's about being up in your head to the point of just absolute static. You know what I mean? This is pretty much the opposite of this. So 9 of Swords is pretty much the opposite of the High Priestess. Actually, 9 of Swords is what happens when we don't assume the High Priestess position enough or at all. This is what happens. This is the antidote to the 9 of Swords, the High Priestess is. Meditation. I'm telling you, it's a superpower. Okay? I'm telling you this. It raises the endorphins. It works on you chemically, as well as spiritually and emotionally and everything else. So this Knight of Pentacles and the fact that it's clarified by the 9 of Swords here, I do feel like there is some anxiety here about the future. I do. I feel like it's anxiety around a next step to take or a next direction or what is going to happen or not happen as a result of what you do or don't do right now. Oh, weird. So they're drawing my attention to something. Remember when I said to not use your 2 eyes, but to use your 3rd eye to see things clearly in the 2 eyes? Now also look at all of these worms here. Can you see that? See all of these worms and how they're kind of mirroring the tentacles here of the octopus? You might be tempted, and not just you, by the way. I feel like this is loads of people. This is me. This is like everybody for the most part. We can feel very tempted during a time like this to really go to others for their advice and opinions. There are times when that's a beautiful thing to do. There are other times, and I feel like this is the case for you, where it's not going to be helpful, but instead detrimental. I feel like it is only going to put you into this octopus energy of like, now I have so many cooks in this energetic kitchen, and I can't even make, I can't even see the forest through the trees right now, is what it feels like. And I'm really feeling that this gold, this beautiful pentacle here to be gleamed, and what I feel like this pentacle represents for y'all is stability and forward direction. Whether this is around work, relationship, home, whatever this is for you, whatever stability is for you, whenever you think about a sturdy foundation, stability, and the long term, whenever that picture is for you, it's going to be something that flourishes and comes to you and manifests, right, on your own as a result of keeping your energy your own. Because even when we're speaking to people like our best friend, our mom, our daddy, like anybody who means really well, when you ask them their advice about something, or you invite them into your kitchen, so to speak, your emotional kitchen or your mind kitchen or your mind palace or whatever that is for you, you are mixing their energy and their thoughts and their opinions with your own, and then it can become muddled. It can become, it's not a moment of like clarity, like, oh my God, you made me think of this in this new way. That can happen, but I don't feel like that's the case for y'all. I'm feeling it's incredibly important to keep your energy your own right now. And to work through these energies and these questions and thoughts and doubts and dreams and all of these things, to really sit in it yourself and turn to your higher self, your team, whoever that is for you, for clarification. You are the most qualified person to help you through this time. Period. There's nobody else more qualified than you right now. Okay, I'm not saying it's always going to be this way, but I'm saying for this reading, this is what it is, this first half of September. But, I got to tell you, I feel like this might stretch out past these 2 weeks for some of y'all. I keep feeling the need to say that this is not something that can and should be rushed, okay? And sometimes by sitting in the discomfort is another way of saying, like, you're embracing the unknown. And I feel like that is the main theme here too, is you're being called to actively embrace the unknown, right? I'm also hearing to, as much as you can, sign up for the day-to-day plan. Which is like, because Nine of Wands especially, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to take it day by day. I can't be worried about tomorrow. I'm not going to commit to a lunch next week. I'm on the day-to-day plan. And if you need to voice that, then do it. And that can be difficult to people who, we all live in this, construct of time. And it's like, well, we make plans in the future. That's what we do, right? But for you guys, it doesn't feel like the best fit for right now. And it's like, if people want to make plans with you in the future, you just be like, I'm on the day-to-day plan. That's what I'm hearing for you guys. Because you don't know how you're going to feel next week. And then you might end up canceling or flaking, which introduces negative energy depending on what associations, emotional associations you make with, flaking or canceling or whatever that is. See how this is, and then you're introducing that energy. Oh, I had to cancel on them last minute. I knew I shouldn't have, agreed to do this because I'm in this place of like, I don't know what, Nine of Wands, I got to go day by day. That's what I'm hearing. Really put yourself first at this time and allow it to take the time that it takes. Transformation will take as long as it wants to, but it's a beautiful thing, right? We're not here to stay the same, right? We're here to transform. Again, you are uniquely qualified to do this, Scorpio, okay? Ain't worried about you. Okay, let's go ahead and get an Archangel Gabriel oracle for you guys. Get the heck out of here with this. Stop. Listen only to love. Don't allow fear to distract you from your divine mission. Let me say that again. Listen only to love. Don't allow fear to distract you from your divine mission. This is stupidly good. Do you see how we have this, beautiful angel lady right here, and then we have homegirl right here kind of looking downtrodden and like, I don't know. And it's I feel like the angel here is representing the high priestess, your higher self, your celestial team. And I feel like this homegirl over here with the red headband is representing you as the Nine of Wands, where it's like, oh my God, like I just... And again, I feel like this is also commenting on the fact of like why this transformation is happening for you right now. I do feel like you're being rerouted, but not like a crazy reroute, like turn around and go back to the state line reroute, but like, when you're taking a trip and you have a navigation system and it says, recalculating because you missed an exit. I feel like that's what this is about. You passed up an exit somewhere along the line, and it's like recalculating, or maybe it isn't even that you missed the exit. It's rather that certain things came into play karmically or life path or soul path wise, that it's like, ooh, okay, we had them going down road A, but if we reroute them to road B, they're actually going to manifest what they desire a little more quickly or a little more differently or a little more healthily. That's actually what I do feel like this is. So it's like recalculating towards your highest and best good. Recalculating. And yes, please listen only to love. I'm also hearing to please try to stay away from anything that lives in the land of obligation. This is very much a time to practice divine selfishness. Divine selfishness, right? Not regular selfishness, which stems from ego, right? Me, mine. But this is divine selfishness, right? Putting your own needs at the first and foremost right now, even when and especially when, if you ever feel lonely, I feel the need to speak on this. If you ever feel lonely, I'm going to tell you why that is. It's because your crown chakra is clogged and not open. Period. I'm going to be releasing a video about how to open, spin, and align your chakras. But you can also find stuff about this on YouTube, wherever have you. But I'm telling you, if you clear the crown chakra, if you open it, if you spin it, if you cleanse it, you will not feel lonely. I would not say this if I did not know this to be true from experience, okay? I had a teacher I've had actually a couple teachers tell me this over the years. Always works. Sometimes I forget. Because when we feel lonely, it's because we feel separate. We feel apart from. Right? We're never actually alone. Not really. Okay? All right, my beautiful, lovely, transformative, brave, amazing, brilliant, wonderful Scorpios. As this siren goes by here, I really hope that this was of help to you. I feel the need to be very delicate with this and very I'm sending you all the love and support in the world. This is a very important time for you. I also feel strongly that it's going to yield such beauty. It's going to yield such beauty on the other side of it, which I really love. And it'll probably line you up really well I have a feeling that this is lining you up and ready, set, prepping you for your birthday season. That's what this feels like to me, okay? Yeah, this is exactly what this feels like to me. So, my lovely Scorpios, again, thank you so much for being here. I really hope that this was of help. If it was, please do let me know in the comments below. I would just love that. And as always, just thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.